Partnering with NRCS to develop a comprehensive stormwater and irrigation management plan can help your greenhouse to create innovative solutions for water management.
This is Green Heart Farms, and this is a nursery. We grow plants, grow vegetables and ornamentals.
This is Black Lake Canyon. This is the reason why NRCS was invited to Green Heart Farms. Imagine the land went straight across, there was no hole there. That scour is 300 feet long.
They pretty much just let the runoff go down the roads. There were a couple of inlets in different places. Most of the water was channeled directly to the pond.
The purpose is to not allow the water to get into the pond, and so the pond doesn't overflow and erode Black Lake Canyon.
So it used to be a lot of water to handle, all at once. So the same thing happened with the irrigation water. That water goes on the ground and then go to the drain, and it used to run to the same spot. So it was way too much.
The first thing that NRCS did after assessing the situation here was we decided on a three-prong approach, the first of which was take the irrigation water out of the pond.
So the existing infrastructure of Green Heart Farms goes into two main pipelines that enter the pond. Out of each pipeline there's a diversion box, and at the diversion box we redirect the irrigation water by closing the main gate, and it goes to these tanks down below, and those tanks divert it to a spray field within the eucalyptus forest.
The second approach was, obviously if you're trying to keep irrigation water out of the pond, you want to do something with it, and the best thing to do with it in a greenhouse situation is filter it and refunnel it into the greenhouses, so reuse it.
And one of those ways we did that was we did a retrofit on these existing sprinklers, boom systems, where they initially only had one nozzle, and we retrofitted them so that there's 3 nozzles now. So it increases the flexibility of irrigation. Now, depending on the stage of growth or the crop type or the application, whether they're misting and cooling it down or they're irrigating, they can use the appropriate nozzle. And we estimate water saves, the manager estimates water saves of at least 25%.
The third approach was to definitely lessen the amount of stormwater hitting the pond.
So we have these downspouts that are along the ranges, and they divert the stormwater runoff into drain pipes, and they end on this diversion box. And at this diversion box, you can see there's a screen in there that the water then goes inside the range into percolation vaults.
We were walking down the pathway one day and we said, gosh, it's too bad you couldn't store the water under all these roads. And guess what we did? We figured out through Mark, our engineer, how to store water at least until it can percolate down underneath the roads, underneath the greenhouses, underneath anything that we could possibly get it underneath.
So we're in the Connolly Range, which is about 3.5 acre greenhouse, and from the diversion box the water goes through a 24-inch pipe to 4 of these StormTech chambers. Each StormTech chamber will have a manhole, and they tie into StormTech chambers that go 120 feet down, and from those chambers the water percolates into the Oceano-San soil.
With the help of NRCS, we've been figuring out ways to manage all that water. Then now, we collect it on different ways and disperse it on the forest to don't allow it to minimize the amount of water that goes to the pond.
The storage of the water and the tailwater return systems, I think, probably paid for themselves in a year, maybe 2.
And it's a cost sharing with NRCS. They co-share the cost of all the programs and projects that we've been working on.
They had a lot of people on their case, regulators, the Land Conservancy. So they went from being bad guys to now being the innovative, proactive guys, and in the forefront of methods for other greenhouses to follow.
If you'd like more information on water management for greenhouses or other conservation practices, contact the District Conservationist at your NRCS office or visit our website.